Hosting for this show is sponsored by Category 1 Games, the go-to shop for all of your classic TCG needs. Find your favorites or discover something new at category1games.com.
Hey there, welcome to a very special Booster Pack Network announcement. My name is Rands, and you're probably familiar with me if you've ever seen anything on our network before, but if you haven't, I am the host of a number of podcasts on this network. I do the Booster Pack Throwback podcast, I do the Rare Slot podcast, and I also do the TCG SCOOPS podcast with a couple of other colleagues as well. Now, the reason I'm coming to you directly today in this very unconventional format for our network is I have a huge announcement to make, and it's going to come with some change. Now, as TCG players, I know you guys are used to change. You know, change is something that is essential to trading card games. You know, whether it's a new set coming out, changing a meta, or the way we deck build, or bringing in change to a mechanical structure or something like that. Change is a big part of trading card games and something that really makes them exciting. So hopefully this announcement is met with that same sort of excitement from you guys, the TCG players, and myself. I am super excited to say that we are on the Booster Pack Network going to make some changes to the 3 shows that I host on this network. As unfortunately my time is becoming a little bit more precious, I'm not exactly able to leverage the same sort of research, the same sort of booking time that I always have for the shows that I've made. Now, there is another show on the network that I don't appear on. That is Trading Card Game Design Theory, which is a fantastic show by my colleague Jay Dodson. You can check that out elsewhere, but it is a fantastic resource for those who are encouraged to make their own trading card game, whether you want to take it to crowdfunding, or whether you just want to make something for you and your friends to play. He has tons of conversations about, what goes in behind the scenes on trading card games, and that show is not changing in and of itself at all. It actually, if anything, might even see some more shorter form content arrive in the future. Short videos about how-tos and stuff like that. That is going to be part of Jay's development and growth of the TCG Design Theory network. But as for me, we are going to have to change my shows in the fact that I think when I started those shows, it was the trading card game space was very different, or at least when I started the vision of those shows. I started this sort of project a couple of years ago with just simply the Booster Pack podcast, and that was fantastic. And then we split off into the network, and we sort of split our shows and stuff like that. But what I want to do is, I think because the industry of trading cards has changed so much, like if we look at news from the last week, I mean, you've got Post Malone buying a Magic card for $2.6 million. You've got, Lorcana launching a Gen Con. You've got Magic the Gathering really leaning forward into their sort of IP-driven Universe Beyond sets. There is so much that has changed about the trading card game space, and so many new eyes coming to the trading card game space as well. I want to embrace that change with the kind of content we make. So what I want to do is create a content on the Booster Pack Network that is going to be a little bit better for those who are interested in, whether you're a long-time trading card game player who's been playing Magic since, the earliest days of, alpha, beta, revised, whatever, or you're somebody who's just gotten into the world of trading cards because, there is things like Lorcana coming out. There is a new Star Wars trading card game coming out. I would love our content to be accessible by all of those people, and I don't think the way that we have it structured at the moment is really servicing that. It's kind of pulling itself in a bunch of different directions. So we'll see how this change comes about, but I want your help. I want you guys to support these ideas, because you guys are the people that I've been making this content for over these last couple of years. I am a huge, obviously passionate trading card game player, but sharing that knowledge and information with you guys, having you guys engage, comment, like, reach out to me, tell me your trading card game stories, and even some of you appearing on the shows over the time has been one of the most fantastic things. And I want to continue doing that, but I want it to also incorporate a bunch of other avenues as well, and leverage parts of trading card game space that I haven't leveraged, or none of us on this network have leveraged just yet. So I would love to put out the call. If you have enjoyed our content, I would love your support by letting me know what you would want to see more of, what you haven't seen so far in content elsewhere, what you want to have as far as a trading card game player presented to you in the form of content. I would love to be able to create a show or shows that are just better suited for, the modern trading card game player, the modern fourth wave of trading card game history that we're currently, I believe we are in. I am very, very excited to be able to sort of reshape the show. Now, there is no timeline for this. Nothing is going to really radically change, and even some of those old shows that are going away still have a couple of episodes to drop here and there, not on the same sort of time schedule that that we normally would see them at. I've had a couple of messages recently that there hasn't been any episodes of these sort of things, and that is because they are in the process of getting reworked. But keep an eye out. A couple of new episodes coming down the pipeline. I'm very excited about those episodes. But ultimately, we are going to be just changing the way that we look at the way we present our content, and I'm super excited for it. So in the meantime, I really encourage you to support us. First of all, by leaving those comments, sending an email, which is to rants@theboosterpacknetwork.com. You can find that listed in the description. And let us know what you've loved about the show, what you don't like about the show, what you want to see on the show, and hopefully there will be a show and content created from those suggestions that is going to be perfect for you guys. This Baroque sort of piece of trading card game content, and I'd really love to do something that nobody else is doing out there, sort of similar to what we had with trading card game design theory and stuff. So ultimately, reach out, let us know what you think, and let us know your ideas or your perception of what you want to see in trading card game content, and that can be any kind of content on any form, any length, or anything like that. Let me know the sort of stuff that you just don't see anywhere else. I would love to know about that. Second way you can support us and support the people who have been really standing behind us while we've made this show behind the scenes, and that's our sponsors. So Category 1 Games has been our sponsors from almost the beginning. They have done an amazing job supporting me and supporting the network's growth and change. So by all means, please jump over on there, and if you're interested in buying any classic collectible card games, maybe creating a collection, filling out a collection that you have, even just tinkering around with old games that you always wanted to get into but never had a chance, go check them out. Also, the other way you can, of course, support us is via the Booster Pack Network's sponsorship with Toad and Troll. Now, Toad and Troll obviously sells a bunch of singles for major trading card games, and I'm sure as more games come out, they're adding more and more to that catalog all of the time. And you can get a discount by buying cards just by simply using our discount code, and by doing that, you support this show as well. So go over there. That is the discount code on Toad and Troll. That is TBPN5, and anything you bought on that platform directly from Toad and Troll, not by third-party sellers, but we'll get a discount with that code. So and then subsequently, you'll support this show. So keep up that support if you can. And again, remember, let me know anything you want to see in the world of trading card game content. All right, I'm going to try and keep this a little bit short. There's so much I want to talk about when it gets to trading card game news at the moment. But maybe we'll try and have a TCG Scoops episode to kind of cover some of that, and maybe even start letting that show sort of evolve or change itself in some ways, because I think the world of the big 3 TCG, at least in the near future, is not the way that trading card games are going to go. You're going to have Lucana coming out. You've got people who love One Piece. The big 3 is definitely not going to be just the big standard that we've had for the last 20 years. There is definitely some change coming. Okay, that's about it from me. Thank you so much for joining me for this ramble. I've really appreciated it. Thank you so much if you've joined me at all for any of the other episodes as well. I'm going to sign off this in the same way that I sign off all of the other podcasts, and that is, of course, if you've been watching the show for some amount of time, you'll know what it is. That is me saying, until next time, remember, keep shuffling.